American Sign Language offers students the opportunity to learn a manual language and become immersed in a new culture. Miss Middleton went through this journey herself and is now sharing her knowledge with PHS students. A staple tradition of any high school, the marching band. What's the secret to our Mighty Eagle Band's success? And finally, 2 PHS staff members take on the Hot Chip Challenge, one chip made with California Reaper peppers at 1.5 million Scovilles. Compare that to a jalapeno, which is just 5,000.
Live from Studio 301 at Prosper High School, this is Eagle Nation News.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is October 23rd. I'm Zach Manning.
And from 6 feet away, I'm Will Carlisle.
For the first time in almost 60 years, the Charlie Brown holiday specials will not air on national television. Many people look forward to watching these movies every year, and they can continue to do so, but must access them on Apple TV+.
Pope Francis, the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City State, has publicly expressed his support for same-sex civil unions. The Pope stated in his new documentary, Francesco, which premiered at the Rome Film Festival on Wednesday, that homosexual individuals have the right to be in families and that, quote, they are children of God.
On Tuesday, Colin Karchner, a Utah-based activist who spoke at Rock Hill previously this month, died of natural causes. Karchner spent his time helping to raise awareness of the negative impact social media can have on children's health. Karchner was 40 years old and is survived by his wife and their 4 children.
Our favorite fall events look a little different this year. Madeline Wentz has exclusive details regarding what restrictions 2 outdoor festivities did and didn't put into place.
Six Flags over Texas Fright Fest and the Texas State Fair are both annual events that had to change due to COVID. The State Fair shifted to a drive-through event that welcomed fairgoers with prizes and food.
It was pretty cool. I was kind of surprised. They'd have the drink stand first, and then you'd hit the corn dog stand. It was all really smooth. They seemed really prepared.
Six Flags took a different approach. Its safety protocols, as listed on its website, were for the most part in place. Some of the most important ones, such as limiting capacity and spraying down seats between riders, did not appear to be carried out properly.
It was super crowded. They said it was half capacity, but it was definitely full. They also weren't sanitizing any of the rides. Like the first time I went, they sanitized the rides every 3 times.
Overcrowding during the renamed Hallows Fest is such a big issue that not everyone feels comfortable staying.
My friend and her family felt unsafe, so they ended up leaving early. It was like COVID didn't even exist.
Before visiting a business or attending an event, make sure that their safety protocols align with state and federal mandates, as well as keep you as safe as possible. I'm Madeline Wentz reporting for ENN.
As businesses are continuing to reopen, we are also seeing sporting events return and even some allowing fans. Rich Daniels live in studio with your Game Time update.
Thanks, Zach. The Los Angeles Dodgers have been facing off against the Tampa Bay Rays in the World Series this week, with both teams tied at 1 game apiece. Highland Park native Clayton Kershaw, the ace pitcher for the Dodgers, carried Los Angeles to an 8-3 win in Game 1 Tuesday. The Rays swung back Wednesday night, tying the series with a 6-4 win. Game 3 of the World Series takes place tonight at Globe Life Field in Arlington. Also on the national level, the Dallas Cowboys suffered a devastating 38-10 loss to the Arizona Cardinals Monday night. Once again, a lackluster defense combined with too many turnovers left the Cowboys fans in a state of perpetual mourning. Moving to our high school sports, football is set to square off away against Little Elm at 2 p.m. on Saturday in their first game back after being quarantined. This week, the varsity tennis team has been competing in their district matches, winning against Denton-Braswell 10-0 last Monday. After a loss against Allen, the tennis team bounced back, beating McKinney-Boyd 10-7 Thursday night. Tennis will advance to compete in bi-district matches and is set to face Coppell Monday night. Last Saturday, both girls and boys cross-country teams notched 7th place overall at the South Lake meet. Leading the way for the Eagles and breaking the school record set only last week by Dawson Zavoda was sophomore Jack Johnston, who finished 2nd overall with a time of 15 minutes and 38 seconds on the 5K course. Following was Zavoda in 3rd. Taking it to the court, the Lady Eagle volleyball team took the win over Little Elm with a score of 3-0. Tonight at 5:30, the volleyball team will take on Denton-Braswell at home. Next up is Caden De La Garza with a more in-depth update on our PHS volleyball team.
Volleyball is one of many prosperous specialties. Being a consistent playoff team doesn't come with easy shoes to fill for the next generation of varsity players and for the coaches to help them grow and surpass the legacy of the girls in front of them.
Last year we lost in the region semifinals, which I think we were hoping to make it to at least the finals so we could have a third shot at Plano West, which we went 1-1 with them during the season. And we lost in 5 decline. It was a real heartbreaker. We were up in set 5 and couldn't put it away. And so I think the girls, we returned everyone except except 3 girls from last year. So I think they remember how that felt, and so they're driven to go further and further than they did last year because it was kind of an early exit for us. We have 9 seniors, and a majority of them are 3- and 4-year letter winners. And so for them, they know the ropes, they're teaching the underclassmen, and they're holding themselves and each other to a high standard.
The domination that took place on the court last year takes more than just coaches. It takes talent and personality from the players.
It takes a lot of hard work and dedication as we come in every single day from the start of the class period till about 5:30, and on Saturdays we also come in. It's a lot of work just because we have to always come in and be ready to play as hard as we can during games and practice so that when it is game time, we're ready to go.
Prosper Volleyball's work ethic and the way they do things reflects their dominance on the court. I'm Caden De La Garza, reporting for ENN.
After the break, we'll be back to spotlight a PHS teacher who uses his life experiences to inspire his students.
When it comes to fine arts, a teacher can sometimes translate his or her own success to help students pursue their passions. Allison Wood highlights assistant band director Mr. Hustis' accomplishments and how he uses them to inspire his students at PHS.
Michael Hustis is a band teacher at PHS. He devotes his time to teaching marching band and percussion at Prosper High School. Mr. Hustis also teaches beginning percussion at both Rushing and Reynolds middle schools.
Music isn't any different from any other discipline, and whether it be sports or academics or anything in life that you want to be good at, that there's a process for getting good at anything.
Mr. Hustis has had great success with his previous bands. These bands include Pacific Crest Drum and Bugle Corps, as well as Genesis Drum and Bugle Corps. He has gotten the opportunity to perform with them at President Bush's inaugural parade in Washington, D.C., and in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
I think that the success in the past kind of laid the foundations for the process, and because we've had success, we trust that process. We know that we've been successful in the past with the way that we do things, and we are constantly trying to evolve.
Mr. Hustis hopes to translate his experience and success to the Prosper Mighty Eagle Band. Though COVID-19 has hindered the way in which band season would usually play out, with the help of band directors like Mr. Hustis, they are making the most of what they are able to do. I am Allison Wood, reporting for ENN.
While the band continues its success in entertaining, Myth or Comma is here to let us know what else is going on in the world of entertainment.
The upcoming live action of the well-known film Peter Pan and Wendy has been confirmed. Since this confirmation, the character Tiger Lily was cast, and suspicions are rising for who will play the other characters. Characters we are already familiar with, however, are the Sanderson sisters in Hocus Pocus. On October 20th, the film stars Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy held a Hocus Pocus reunion. This has excited many fans as the movie continues to accumulate views today, more than 27 years after its release. In other news, on Saturday, October 24th, for the first time ever, singer Adele will be hosting Saturday Night Live. She has announced her excitement on her Instagram and has a large amount of support from her fans. Will you be watching Adele on Saturday Night Live? Let us know on our Twitter at Eagle Nation News.
After this brief break, we'll be back with 3 individuals at PHS who recently made bad life decisions. The One Chip Challenge is a feat that requires participants to eat the supposed hottest chip around, containing 1.5 million Scovilles of Carolina Reaper peppers. Senior Miles Scholes, Principal Dr. Burdett, and Miss Merrill attempted this challenge last Wednesday. It wasn't pretty.
Hey guys, I'm Miles Schultz here with Dr. Burdett and Miss Merrill, and we're doing the Pocky One Chip Challenge. Let's go ahead and open up your coffin of death. So this is your chip. I kid you not, it's one small chip. Oh boy. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm so dry. Hot. What was that, 2 minutes?
Now I know how dragons feel and why they're so angry. And why they breathe fire on other people because their mouths are so hot. Burdette, you need to start moving around.
Yeah.
If you stand still, it just makes it a lot worse.
Are you having any regrets?
Many regrets.
It's been just over 11 minutes. Miss Merrill won, and she's the one that can't manage spicy foods. Oh. Okay, thank you y'all for watching. This was a great segment. We're definitely gonna eat something hotter next time. Right, y'all?
Moving on to a more serious topic, Emily Baldwin is in studio with the breast cancer survivor for this week's edition of The Perch.
Thanks, Zach. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and today I have here with me Barbara Crouch, a Prosper resident who won her fight against breast cancer. Thanks so much for joining us today, Barbara. So, breast cancer is something that 1 in every 8 women will be diagnosed with at some point in her lifetime. What is some advice that you have for those women who are currently fighting breast cancer?
So I would consider a plant-based diet, a diet with high anti-inflammatory properties like blueberries and strawberries, and of course physical fitness.
All right. And what did you find helpful to you during your fight against breast cancer?
So for me, it was mindset. I kept reminding myself that cancer just found the wrong body, and I considered myself just cancer-free and just was going through the motions. Most importantly, I did rely on my faith in God. I believe that God created the body in perfection, and it's the same energy that created the universe that created the healing properties that are in our own bodies.
Mm-hmm. So what can others do to raise awareness for breast cancer, and where are some good places they can donate to?
So I like the organizations that are transparent on how they are using the donations. So I would recommend anybody kind of shop for or research those organizations that direct a high percentage of their donations to the actual cause rather than administration.
Okay. And so I know you won your fight against cancer. Congratulations on that, by the way. So how long have you been cancer-free, and what can you remember from the day that you found out that you no longer had cancer?
So I was physically free from cancer June 2010, and the day after my surgery, I literally felt brand new. So it was an indication to me on how bad I had been feeling the couple of years before. And so flash forward 10 years, I am without incident and reoccurrence, and it is it's a big deal, and I attribute it to my faith, family, food, physical fitness, and obviously my physician's direction.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us
Thanks for having me.
It takes drive and determination to learn the skill of sign language. Sailor Jane McKenzie has more on what Prosper's American Sign Language program looks like this year and how one teacher made a career out of a language she fell in love with.
The practice of sign language is considered a skill used as a bridge for communication to the deaf culture. Not only is it a learned skill, but many individuals have made it a career skill. Miss Middleton, an American Sign Language teacher at Prosper High School, shares her experience and how she made a career out of something she fell in love with.
So I started learning American Sign Language when I was about 10 years old. My parents realized when I was about 10 that I was hard of hearing, and so they had me start ASL classes, and I took them for a few years, and then we just kind of stopped, and I knew a little bit here and there, and then when I was in high school, I'd already taken a few years of French and a few years of Spanish, and I really loved learning languages, and we offered American Sign Language at my school, and I took it, and I just fell in love with the language and the culture and everything about it.
The American Sign Language program at Prosper High School offers a recognized honor society and clubs outside of school.
I'm actually the sponsor for Asl Club and Honor Society, so we have a club, and that can be for anyone who either doesn't know ASL or are beginning ASL students or someone that doesn't want to take the full leap into Honor Society, which is a nationally recognized honor society. So we do hours, and we have games, and we have a lot of fun.
The main mission for the American Sign Language program is to increase equity, equality, and understanding for the respect of the deaf, blind, and hard of hearing individuals and their diverse community. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Sailor Jane McKenzie.
That's all for today, Eagle Nation. I'm Will Carlisle.
And I'm Zach Manning. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.